Today we're going to talk about the academic standards for the Department of Civil, Environmental, and Geodetic Engineering. If you're watching this online, please understand that the academic standards are going to be a little bit different depending on the department that you're in. So if you're planning on switching majors, understand that you will probably need to work with an academic advisor in the major that you're switching to understand what the different departmental standards are for that program. So there's two types of standards that you really have to make sure you're paying attention to. First will be college standards and university standards, and the next will be standards that the individual department is going to have, and we're going to cover both of those. So the College of Engineering requires that students maintain a 2.0 cumulative point-hour ratio, or GPA, in order to remain in good academic standing with the university. So that's a C average. So you have to make sure that in order to stay in good standing with the university and the college, that you have at least a C average in all of your classes. If you are in your first semester at Ohio State and you get less than a 2.0 in all of your classes, you'll be placed on academic warning. This is a message from Ohio State saying, hey, we recognize that you are not meeting our standards. We need to work with you to make sure we're improving those. If you have less than a 2.0 CPHR in future terms at Ohio State, you'll be placed on academic probation. That is something, again, another message from the university indicating that it's past your first term, you need to make sure you're improving academically and you're not meeting the minimum standards we've set for our students. In our pre-major, you have to make sure you have at least a 2.0 EPHR, and that is the point-hour ratio, or GPA, you have in the courses you need to apply to your major. So you should have already watched a video on that and should know what the EPHR courses are. In order to stay in good standing with the department, if you're a pre-major, you have to make sure you have, again, at least a C average in those classes. If you're in our major, or when you're in our major, you have to make sure you're keeping a 2.0 in the major point-hour ratio, or GPA. Those are the courses that are required for graduation. Okay, so that would include the core courses, the core electives, and the required core courses and technical electives as well. If you don't meet these standards in your first semester, again, you'll be placed on academic warning. And if you don't meet those standards in subsequent semesters, you'll be placed on what's called special action probation within the department. And we'll talk about academic probation and special action probation in a moment. So there's two types of probations: academic probation, which comes from the college, and that again refers to your cumulative GPA, and the special action probation, or SAP, that refers to your GPA within the courses we monitor in the major. If you are placed on special action probation, or SAP, there are a few things you have to do. Number one, you have to meet with an advisor in our department to make sure you understand the terms of your probation. In each semester that you're on probation, you have to get at least a 2.3 or C plus average in your courses. Okay, so you don't have to get your cumulative GPA or your EPHR up to the 2.3 right away. You just have to make sure in that specific semester you're getting a 2.3. That indicates to us that you're making progress, you're improving, and you'll just stay on probation until either your cumulative GPA or your EPHR or your MPHR get back above the 2.0 mark. You also have to make sure that you're not taking an incomplete or a W in any classes without talking with your advisor. Now here's the really bad news. If you don't meet the terms of your probation, so if you're on academic probation and in any term while you're on probation you don't get the 2.3 in that semester, you're in danger of being dismissed from Ohio State. Okay, so not just the department, not just the college, but you're in danger of being dismissed from Ohio State University, and you'd have to remain out for about a year before you can come back and take classes. If you are on SAP and you don't meet the terms of your probation, you'll be dismissed from our department. Then you might have to look at getting another major, looking at other options. Same thing though, you'd have to wait at least a year before you could get back into one of our majors. So this is something we definitely don't want you falling into, definitely something we want you to avoid. So make sure you're working with your academic advisor, you understand what you have to do each semester to make sure you're not going on probation, and if you have any questions or there's anything we can do to help, make sure you're working with us, that we can do whatever we can to make sure you're not in one of these situations. Or if you do get on probation, you know exactly what you have to do to make sure you're getting off of probation as soon as possible.